Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to this next lesson. For today what we're going to be taking a look at is a really cool little chordal substitution idea. And this is just a really nice sounding substitution. It's a really easy to grasp concept, a really easy shape, and it just sounds good really in like jazz and pop and rock. It's just a killer substitution idea. So let's get into the lesson and I'll show you how to play this and then break it down a little bit and show you how you can use it over some progressions. Okay guys, so before we start substituting some chords out, we have to take a look at the actual shape we're using. It's based off of a minor 7 shape with an A string root. So here's the shape we're going to have. Pointer finger 7th fret, and it's going to be barring from the A string down, and then lightly it's going to touch the low E string and keep that muted. Okay, so the pointer finger is barring, and then we're going to have ring finger at 9 to the D. G is going to be barred by the pointer. Middle finger is going to be at 8 of the B. Okay, and we're not going to worry about the high E string. That's not going to be used for right now. So you can just lift the pointer finger up a little bit so it just keeps that muted in case you want to strum this chord. Okay, so there's a basic part of the chord. Now what we're going to do is bring the pinky up 1 fret above our ring, so the pinky is now going to be at 10 of the D. There's our chord that we're going to use as a substitution chord. This is called a minor 7 sharp 5. And you can hear what a beautiful sound that already has. Okay, so a really nice chord. Okay, now why is this a minor 7 sharp 5? Well, we started off with our minor 7. This is the 5th right here, the B, and we're just sharpening it, bringing it up a half step. Okay, so there's our chord we end up with, minor 7 sharp 5. Now how do we use this as a substitution? Well, you can already hear it almost sounds a little bit like a major chord. It doesn't sound that minor anymore. So how we use this chord as a substitution is whatever major chord we're trying to substitute out. So let's say we're in the key of C major for right now. Okay, just playing a C major chord, standard bar chord. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find the 3rd of C major on the A string, wherever that happens to be. And then we're going to put this minor 7 sharp 5 shape above that 3rd. Okay, so let me go in depth with this a little bit more. So we're right here at C. So what's the 3rd of C? Well, we count up C, D, E. Okay, so it happens to be an E note, just an E natural note. So we find an E natural note wherever that happens to be on the A string, and it happens to be on the 7th fret of the A string right here. And we put our minor 7 sharp 5 shape above it. We have a really nice substitution. So here's the original chord. There's a substitution. So you can hear how nicely that substitutes out for C major. So if I'm playing this shape and I put C as a bass note, it's just really a nice sound. Okay, so that's how our substitution works. Now, what is this chord basically acting as since it's over the C? Well, here's what the tones are inside of it. We get the 3rd of C, which is E, the root of C, which is obviously C, the 9th of C, which is D, the 5th of C, which is G. So this is basically substituting out as like an add 9 chord. So we get C, and we basically get like a C add 9. Okay, let's just do a couple more examples just to make sure that you guys got the concept. So let's say we had a B flat major chord. Okay, so just down here. So just down here at the 1st fret with the pointer, and then the ring is doing a bar at the D, G, and B at the 3rd fret. Pretty standard voicing there. Okay, now what is a 3rd of B flat? Well, it happens to be a D natural note. So we find a D natural note wherever that is on the A string, and then put our chord shape above that. have it. Okay, let's say we had a D major chord. Okay, what's a third of D major? It happens to be an F sharp. So we find an F sharp note on the A string, put our shape above that, and we're good to go. Okay, so there you have it. That's basically how this little idea works. So let's get into some more plain examples of this. So let's take C major starting down here. You know how you'd actually use this in a progression. C major, 3rd fret with the pointer of the A, ring doing a bar, D, G, and B, 5th fret. We're going to suspend that. So now ring is at 5 of the D, pinky 5 of the G, and the pointer is barring at the 3rd fret of the B. I should mention I'm just hybrid picking all these, so I'm just using my pick to grab the lowest note, my middle the next, ring the next, pinky the next. Okay, so I'm just playing normal C major, sus, up to the substitution. And you can hear how much nicer that is, and just kind of, you know, just hanging on a C major for however long. It just really adds some nice movement. Okay, let's start from F now. We're going to do these same exact things. So here's our F. Going to suspend it as we did with the C down here. And we're going to go up to our substitute, which in this case, the 3rd of A, or excuse me, the 3rd of F is A. So we find an A on the A string, which is obviously 12th fret. Put our chord shape there. And then we get a really nice substitute for that. Let's go from G. Okay, so we start with the exact same chord pattern. The 3rd of G happens to be a B natural note. Find a B, put our chord shape above it, and we're good to go. Okay, so that's how this idea works. It's fairly basic. Let's try one more quick chordal example. Okay, we're going to start from the substitution. So we're just basically technically playing C major. Let's say the next chord we want to go to is F major. In this case, we'll do F major 9 sus 2. I'll show you the shape. So we're going to go pinky at 8 of the A, pointer doing a bar, D, G, and B strings, 5th fret. Okay, so listen how nice this progression is. Okay, so it really moves nice from one chord to the next. So I just advise you guys, you know, just to put this into your playing wherever you can. Wherever you see a major chord, try substituting this idea out and see if it works, especially if you're going to be on a major chord for an extended period of time. This can just add some really nice movement into your playing. And it's also kind of nice just to use in your soloing ideas too. For instance, if we're just soloing over C major, if you just arpeggiate this, so I'm going pointer, pinky, pointer, middle, it can make for a really interesting sounding little arpeggio, so you can also use it like that. But I just encourage you guys to try, you know, using this in your playing and substituting it out for any major chords you come to. See how it sounds, focus on voice leading, try to keep all your chords as close together as you possibly can, and then go from there. Okay, one last example I'll show you guys is just a C major to G. So starting with C major at 3rd fret, just that standard bar. Okay, then going to a G major, which is going to be the 3rd of G is B, so we have a B note right here, put our chord shape above it. Okay, so lots of cool ideas to use with that. But yeah, that's the basic concept. Fairly simple. You just got to get the shape down and then find the 3rd of whatever major chord you're on the A string and put the shape above it, and you're going to have a really nice sounding substitution. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you all back here next week for the next lesson. Thanks so much, everyone.